Welcome to the UDP broadcast, a podcast where a group of friends get together and talk about gaming-related topics and offer both informed and uninformed opinions. I'm Luminary, and I'm accompanied today by my co-hosts, the Nordic Cajun,
Hope you have your drinks ready. It's gonna be a fun one.
the Eternal Barcode, Imee,
Hello, I'm from the internet. I live on the internet.
and the best sub maker in Florida,
Pause.
Raina, the Crit Chicken.
Yay! Eat your carbs.
Hell yeah.
Well, we're at episode 95, getting close to that
Hey,
100.
we are 5 away from a big number.
No. We already did the funny
That's
number.
awesome.
Now we're going to get the big number. The one after that is so far away. I think it's like 666 somewhere, and then 777.
Well, 420.
We got 420.
Oh, yeah, 420 is closer.
420, just like
420.
tomorrow.
Mm.
666 and then 690.
This Easter's going to be lit. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Yeah.
Don't forget 6969.
Yeah.
So,
Or just every interval is 69 on the way out. We could just make it a COD pass night.
before we get started, though, we have messages about who we support and what our money goes to.
Yeah, 10% of all the donations and revenue generated by the show goes to the Trevor Project, and our wonderful mascot Ping has more
The
details.
Trevor Project is the leading organization working to end LGBTQ youth suicide in the US and beyond. The non-profit operates several programs to help prevent and respond to the public health crisis of LGBTQ youth suicide, including 24/7 free crisis services, research, advocacy, education, and peer support.
Thank you, Ping. And just as a reminder, this is an opinion show. We don't deliver the news, we talk about the news and offer both informed and uninformed opinions. And our opinions do not reflect the organizations that currently support or employ us. That being said, we're poor, don't sue us.
I'll take your staplers. Every
Put
one
them
of
in
them.
Jello. And put them in Jello.
No, I'm just going to take them all. Every
Where's-
one of them.
Barcodes, right?
Is that the vegan alternative to bandwidth? What's going on there?
I'm pulling my inner Milton, or channeling my inner Milton.
Oh, maybe it's deeper. Okay, got it.
It's my stapler. If they take my stapler, I'd have to bring down the building.
That's awesome. All right.
I love that movie. It's such a good movie.
So let's talk about what's going on. This week hasn't really been all that great, so we've got some topics that we're going to talk about, not necessarily anything else like our opinions on the topic itself, not the content of whatever article we're pulling it from. We'll still say who it's from. But first, we actually have the movie
word
review.
review.
That's right. We were talking about Minecraft movie for 2 weeks, and now we're going to get the reaction from Harrison,
Wait,
the Nordling.
wait, let me pull my nerdling.
Okay.
Yes, there will be a
Uh-oh. Well,
chicken nugget joining us.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give him the headphones. That way he could hear the debate, and I'll bring up the COD pass on my phone so I can hear the debate.
Okay.
COD passception, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, make sure to put on your earbuds so that way there's no feedback.
Yep, I'm getting buds out right now. Actually,
Okay.
good idea. Here, you put these on. You are now listening to everybody while I put my earphones on so I can hear everybody.
Say hello.
Thanks, Banana Tune. Hey, so what shall we call you? We've always known you as the Chicken Nugget. Do you have a preferred name?
Mektor.
On the internet, just get called revived or revived, whatever,
I'll just call you
Chicken
Fire.
nugget.
or revived.
Well,
Or I'll just call you Lava Chicken. How about that? Lava Chicken. There you
The
go.
revived
chicken.
nugget.
Oh wow, I was gonna alt out to like Nuggies, but that's fine. But all right,
Lava Chicken.
all right. So these two have seen the Minecraft movie, and I was going to get your guys' opinion on it. If you want, we can start with Harrison, and we can move on to Lava Chicken. So, Nordling, tell us about your adventures with the Minecraft movie.
So the beginning, it took a while for all the characters to meet up and get to the overworld. It was good. We just had to wait 10 minutes or so. I don't really know how long it took to get them to the overworld. Then Steve stabs a zombie during nighttime, like through the heart.
I should point out, if you're listening, you've never seen the movie, you might be doing some spoilers.
Oh yeah, all right. Spoiler alert. Yeah, sorry everyone. Spoilers.
So continue.
It's all right. It's if you watched Mario movie, it's the same content.
It's fine. It's Jack Black Minecraft, so you kind of get a good idea of what it's going to be about anyway. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Continue, Mr. Nordling.
So Steve meets the gang. Then he tells them about the overworld. They go to the village, do the Lava Chicken song. Hey Murphy. I got distracted. Sorry. By Murphy. He's just looking at me.
It's
Okay,
okay.
so-
We know your dad. He gets distracted too. So go ahead.
So after
Hey, I have a delay on the result.
So after a Lava Chicken song, well, the village gets raided by piglins in the game. So like, it's like the whole world war going on a little bit. The Iron Golem is slapping the piglins off, and I think both the girls are just like looking for the map to go to the mansion,
You know-
so they could get the part to go back to the real world.
I think you're
One
giving us
blow.
a blow by blow. Let's change this up just a little, Harrison, just in case people don't want spoilers. I don't care one way or another as far as I'm concerned. But let's talk about this. Who was your favorite character in the movie?
Ooh, favorite character?
Yes.
It's tough. It's between two: Jack Black and Jason Momoa.
Yeah, those two are rock stars when it comes to Jack Black, like actual rock star. But yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's fine. What was your favorite part in the movie?
The chicken jockey.
The chicken jockey? The chicken jockey?
Yeah.
That's been in the news for like weeks. Absolutely.
You have to explain the chicken jockey.
So when it happened, like I watched a video. When Steve said chicken jockey, like everyone threw popcorn in the air, and sometimes they bring chicken and actually just threw in the air.
Oh, they threw a chicken in the air? That's intense. Hey,
Yeah.
lava chicken, have you experienced anything like that with your adventures to go see the Minecraft movie?
Surprisingly not. It was just people calling out chicken jockey, nothing crazy. No one threw anything. It was just people laughing a little bit and just saying chicken jockey.
That's awesome. Okay, so you
Yeah.
like the chicken jockey part of it? That's really cool. Let's see here. What else? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I got confused again. Sorry.
So we got that. Let's see here. What did you think? How was the music choices good for that movie, Harrison?
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad like other movies. It was okay. It
So
was,
there's not one you're gonna be
it's just-
humming down the street, walking to school or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, I saw the Minecraft movie.
yeah, no, I won't do that.
All right, what about you, Lava Chicken? Let's talk about you. What was your favorite part of the movie?
It was when the Iron Golems were fighting the piglins, if
Mhm.
I'm remembering their name right. I haven't played Minecraft myself in a little bit, but
Mhm.
it was the Iron Golems versus the piglins. The whole fighting scene was actually really well done, in my opinion, compared to what I've seen.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. And which characters were your favorite in that particular movie?
It would be a mix of Steve and or Jack Black and Jason Momoa. It's one of the yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Okay,
Wow.
the two biggest stars on there. Okay,
Yep.
all right. There's a reason why they are who they are, I suppose. And same question that I asked the Nordling. Was there any music that like that?
The
that really
sporting
struck
cast
you?
wasn't very supportive. What you're trying to say?
La 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 lava.
Chicken. Oh.
Come on, finish it.
No.
Finish it. Come on.
Oh yeah, it is tasty as hell. La 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 lava. Chicken.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
You chicken meat.
I'm taking my
Oh.
kids to go see it tomorrow, so I was kind of cringe about it, but I think I'm good with your guys' report to go see it tomorrow. Let's see. here.
So the ratings between the two. Harrison, what do you rate the movie out of 1 out of 10?
I'll rate it like an 8.5.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's even acceptable for Metacritic.
And what about you, Lava Chicken?
I was gonna say 8.7. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would have been, because I thought it would have been as if Teen Titans Go had a live action,
Mhm.
which would have been. I thought it would have been atrocious. But
It's
no,
alright
it was
because the next movie we're gonna see is Snow White.
no.
That
There's
that movie.
No.
reasons why it's empty. There are reasons of why those theaters are empty.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
I don't want to go blind again. I'm already partially blind as it is.
Oh.
I like seeing.
Oh.
Well, that movie's received so much crap from that lead actress. Like it's a shame. Disney is at least going to remake it, so I guess without that actress.
That's the
There- I
problem.
know-
I feel bad for her career
Oh yeah, no, like
being like associated with that. Like, ugh.
it's getting dunked on, and that's terrible.
I hope she gets another like movie role to prove that she is not the product of Disney and that she can stand on her own, because Disney right now is ruining careers, and I really hope they didn't screw her over.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate if it did.
It'd be awful.
So all in all, we've got around an 8.25 as far as Minecraft movie is concerned. This is our first movie review on a gaming podcast, so I don't even know how that happened. But we're doing it. It's a game movie, so there we go.
Yeah, it's a game movie. Yeah.
We should have done the same thing for Super Mario Brothers when it came out. But yeah,
Oh, that's a whole other topic, isn't it?
that is.
Decent movie.
Yep. Chris Pratt.
I mean, I watched the Sonic movie on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I remember that because Crit was just like, "Hey, you should totally check this out," and sure enough, Sonic 3 was up there.
The
Yep,
account
it was-
kept on
I watched
going back.
I watched it twice.
So it must have been good if you saw it twice. I did like the Sonic movies, and honestly, I think it's Jim Carrey that brings that together.
Yeah. He's the only redeeming thing on that entire movie.
Seriously.
The voice acting was also very good for the voice actor for Shadow. Isn't that
Keanu.
Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
he did a great job in Shadow's voice. Oh,
He did.
it fit. It fit way.
And the lore did fit with Adventure 2 Battle.
Good stuff. Yep. That's on my next list to watch with the kiddos, so we'll see how that goes. So good stuff. But yeah. Anything else that you would want to tell someone that's great about this movie before we move on to our next topics? That for Minecraft movie, not Sonic. That's
It's Murphy.
Harrison.
Yep.
Well, we
We
lost
lost him,
him.
Harrison.
All right.
One
Hey.
second. No, I'm back.
Okay. So,
Yeah, give
is-
him a
so
parting, like what if you could tell anybody about the Minecraft movie, what would you say?
Uh, the story was pretty good.
Mhm.
I like they had to go to the mansion, and
Not the story. No, like what would like to get them excited about the movie, what would you say?
yeah, like if you ran into your friend and they had to go somewhere and you had 2 minutes to tell them, hey, you should see this movie and this is why, what would you tell them?
I thought about
120
I have no
seconds, go.
clue.
You have no clue. That's the best response ever. If you want to think about it, we can move see what Lava Chicken has to say.
yeah, you.
Most I can say is it's goofy. It's Minecraft. It's based on Minecraft at least. I
Okay.
wasn't used to look because I'm like, the only way I could get it to look like that is with shaders. A lot of shaders.
Yeah.
But overall, it was an alright movie. The story wasn't atrocious. It was actually pretty good of a storyline. That was great. I like the ending also. Spoiler warning. Yeah, when the what was her name?
Snape kills
Mm.
Dumbledore is how the ending works. So
Yeah,
we'll
no
leave it at
spoilers,
that.
please. Thank you.
Yeah,
No
we'll leave it at
spoilers.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. But I will say it's probably well advised not to bring live chickens to the actual movie theater.
I'm
even if
fresh
you
out
Yeah,
of
don't
live
don't throw
chickens.
fireworks. I saw an article where people had thrown fireworks in the theater as well.
Really?
Like that is
I
yeah,
saw that
that's a
too.
recipe for people to get hurt and killed.
Yeah.
Throwing food,
saw that
throwing
too.
fireworks.
You just
Throwing
take the
anything
fun
in
out
a
of
movie
everything,
theater
I
is
mean.
stupid.
Jeez.
Yeah, don't throw shit in a theater. I will be upset. You don't really want an
Grr.
upset barcode. Plus,
That's
it's also
true.
dangerous. Like, you could actually hurt someone with a freaking live chicken.
Oh yeah.
Besides,
Those
have you
things
ever
have
smelled
claws.
Yeah.
burnt popcorn? Imagine tossing like firework at the popcorn machine and then all you smell is burnt popcorn.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think everybody's
thinking
sad.
of fireworks in an enclosed space and people panicking when stuff
I
catches fire.
know. I know. I'm trying to lighten the
There's
mood.
no fun allowed. No fun. No fun allowed.
Oh.
That's all right. Well, we're about to move on to our next subjects and topics. That was good. Thank you both, the Nordling and Lava Chicken. Thank you for giving us
Yay.
your input. We have any more anything else like this? We'll definitely call upon you again.
Okay.
Yay.
So long, guys.
You can't see it, but I'm saluting. There you go. All right. Okay. Perfect.
I have returned.
Welcome back,
Excellent.
Nord. So, like I said in the intro, the stuff that we have, I'm not really interested in the actual content of the articles themselves. And I'm more interested in some of the topics revolving around the just the titles themselves, right? So we're not going to go deep in like researching into these articles. There might be one in here that I just didn't check out, but let's start off with this one from PC Gamer. The title for this one is Ultra Kill Publisher Co-Founder Throws Up Hands, Jokes Tarkov has done irreparable fucking damage to the game industry because even From Software games are extraction shooters now.
Yeah. 100% agree. They've also murdered the extraction survival game as well, or extraction shooter game as well, saying, "Oh, we'll never charge for this," and then clickbaiting people basically, and trying to hose them for money. It's just been poorly released as a game. And then there was that other game, I don't even remember who it was, but they touted themselves as like some open world MMO shooter that just turned into an extraction shooter on release, and it was absolute garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember who that was.
Tarkov, more like Tarkon.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, I mean, there's been
You
some
can
good
drink
extraction
that.
shooters out there, like Helldivers 2. Like, we played the crap out of that when it was released. That was so much fun.
Before
Yeah,
Snoyed it up.
stupid Snoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I keep getting into arguments with people about Snoy. And people bring up the fact that they've allowed it to be bought in 40 more countries. Yeah, it's 40 more countries and territories that are PSN compatible only. So all the other countries that were able to buy it on release that still don't have PlayStation Network have been excluded. I have a significant problem with this. Plus, as far as I know, the Pope is still not allowed to helldive, and isn't that his goddamn job?
Oh, bruh. Like, that would be awesome. Like, some Starship Trooper where the Pope, like, gets suited up. Oh, man.
Yeah, the Pope is ringing the bell.
Yeah.
Lava
Yeah.
chicken.
Got like
Quick to the footmobile.
you've got the Helldivers like drop pods music playing in the background. You got the Pope just suiting up and just halo dropping down in like yeah, it'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
I want to see the Pope play Repo.
Oh no.
I have
Okay,
not
okay,
played
I would
that
have a
yet.
heart attack.
Somebody explain to me, like I'm 5, what repo is. I keep seeing things about it. I
Okay,
don't know
hold on.
what it
I haven't played very much of it.
So I bought the Lava Chicken, the game, because he was nagging me to buy it, but I think he can give a general synopsis, even though he hasn't played much of it yet.
Oh snap!
Alright.
Round 2
Oh,
with
round
Lava
2.
Chicken.
Company,
Let's go.
Lethal. So I was gonna say basically Lethal Company, except you play as goofy robots.
Oh, okay. That makes that kind of helps me wrap my brain around it because I keep seeing clips of that. I'm like, hey, what's going on?
Wait,
with
Lethal
these
Company.
trash cans?
Isn't it the one with like I saw like the clip where the dude like, hey, you want to see my new weapon? And he sets this toolbox down, a ladder pops out and starts expanding upwards, and then falls over and hits a dude in the head and kills him, just like ragdolls him. Is that the same game? So you're saying it's based? Well, not based. It's similar to that. Is there anything goofy like
Yeah.
that in Repo?
Yeah, there is, because there's sometimes where people can throw each other off the side of the survival area, because there's sometimes like areas where you can fall into where you basically explode, and, you die in the game. Except if you're shrunk, or if you like kind of fully crouch down or get knocked over, your teammates can either pick you up and help you or truck you into the void.
Really?
And apparently it's a
Yeet.
horror game, right?
It can be.
Yeah. We'll
I
see if
don't.
I actually play that game. I'll probably shriek like a little bitch.
I'll have to be in my room to play on my desktop because my little laptop here fries trying to do it.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
Oh.
well, there we go. You satisfied with that, Nord?
That's fine by me. I just now I know what repo is because I didn't know. Now I know. The more you
It's
know.
cost effective. I think it's like what, $9 on Steam or something?
Is that
That's
cheaper
how
than
much
Lethal
Lethal Company
Company?
is too.
I
No, they're the
have
same
it.
price.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen funny videos of Lethal Company. Like it's a very chaotic game, and if Repo's anything like that, it could be pretty enjoyable.
With Jalen streaming, chances are he might be playing Repo with his crew, so we can always hop over there. You can get a good look at what the gameplay's like.
True. Very true.
Yeah. So, but yeah, okay, cool. But other than that, as far as like all games being released as extraction shooters, I'm not so sure that that's exactly true. I mean, I think that's just a tongue-in-cheek thing that this dude said, at least it's from this title. But
I mean,
um,
it's like people saying a few years ago that every game coming out is another sandbox 100 versus 100 shooter game.
it's like
Everybody
everything's a
was
live
trying.
service, and everything is
Mm.
Everything is a
You just
quadruple A game that needs to get shut down.
you just don't know how to
Wait,
go on
what?
Steam and look in the indie department. So sit down, shut up, and eat your Pop Tarts.
Right now, I think the indie scene is what's keeping the industry alive.
Oh, by far,
well, yeah,
absolutely.
pretty much.
And
Innovation
and
in AAA's is just not a thing anymore. They just take something that works and that's what they run with. And mind you, that's okay. But that's why you start seeing stuff like remember Flappy Bird? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, there was all kinds of Flappy whatevers.
Like Flappy Fall Boy, like Flappy Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were playing Young Volcanoes in the background. Da, 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 da.
That must have been a good game for you.
but
Yes, it
then
was. Yes, it was.
So,
but then you got companies that stick true to their guns and go towards the very end of production and release their final patch for their game, like Larian Studios.
this is
We
true.
just finished. They just released their final actual patch for the game, patch 8, this week.
Oh yeah, that's like the last one. It's like, oh, we had a good run. This is great. I mean, if anything, Baldur's Gate 3 is feature complete as far as I'm concerned.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Oh,
The only
can
thing they
I?
added to it is the new subclasses, photo mode, and officially crossplay
Nice.
with PlayStations and Xboxes and all that good stuff. I have a buddy of mine who's been wanting to play with me, and the game's so bad, but he's stuck in Sony land. He can't do it.
Yeah, that's why you don't get
Can I
stuck in
offer
ecosystems.
also a fun fact?
Sure. Oh yes.
They actually had Flappy Bird in World of Warcraft.
They did. I remember that.
I know that they
Yeah,
had Plants vs Zombies, which was a fun little quest that
Mhm.
was out in.
Yep, I have done that one.
And they have
they did.
Pokemon.
Well, yeah, Pandaria. They're bringing back pet battles in Classic now, so
Ooh,
that's where they're
yay!
bringing in the pets again.
Oh,
We're bringing it.
nice.
We're bringing it back.
Bringing it
Doing it well.
But yeah, it all depends on the passion in the company and behind it. You see a lot more passion in the indie side by far. Every single game you see within certain demographics is nothing but just a passion. They put their whole heart and body into making the game,
Yeah.
and it can be something as simple as I say simple, but as like easy to play as like Balatro, to something like Repo, that's a cult classic now apparently, to how Lethal Company did the same thing, Phasmophobia in its genre, and then you have big companies like Larian Studios who made a game that was pretty much complete from the get. They promised no DLC, no true expansions. This last patch was just literally an ode to the fans, if anything.
Mm.
They didn't have to do this. They didn't have to give you photo mode. They didn't have to give you new subclasses because people have been doing that in the freaking mods anyway.
Oh yeah.
But they were like, no, the fans are what made this game what it is. We're gonna go out on a high note, an even higher note than they already were, and it makes all the other big name companies look like asshats.
Yep, there's a few
Every single
companies
one
out
of
there
them.
that are like that too. Like for as much crap as CD Projekt Red has received for Cyberpunk 2077, like it was still a very unique experience. It wasn't like
Mhm.
anything I had ever played. There was no systems out there that did what this did. Like it tried to do homage to some of like the Deus Ex stuff, right? But it was really good, especially since they like revamped had the entire game and just made it like leaps and bounds better. So yeah, no. And then of course we've got like The Witcher 4, which is actually we've got something in here about that too. I think we can just pull that up next. What do you say we
Yeah.
move on to the next topic, unless you have other things
Go
to say?
ahead. No, go ahead and pull it up. I want to answer Potato Tune's question.
Okay.
If crossplay is on console player, yes, because consoles have the mods too. So you can crossplay with mods back and forth. Because I think they actually fixed that to where it used to be able, if the mod was updated from the one you played in a past save, it messed up your save. I think they actually fixed that to where it retrogrades back to that save with that same mod. So you can cross against Steam game to console game, and the mods will still work properly. That's what I'm read. Have I tried it yet? No, but Larian Studios is pretty good at coming through in the rough. So we'll see. I think so though. I think you should be good when it comes to that. All right, done. Good.
Okay. Well, let's move on to this next one. It's we were talking about CD Projekt Red, which is why I was like, oh, this is a perfect segue to go into this. It looks like since The Witcher 4 is in development, that of course, with large games like The Witcher or large IPs like The Witcher, getting an email or being contacted to get into a beta test is always great. So Rock Paper Shotgun went through and started talking about this, and apparently there is Witcher 4 beta scams.
Oh, I saw that. Dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's just stupid. Like, beware, beware. Do not toss a coin to that Witcher. It will not be a good idea.
Yeah, but people get
Like, it's
excited.
just- they do. People get passionate about stuff like that, especially if they're real fans of the series, be it for the video game, the show, or both. Like, they'll jump on anything. Good.
Speaking of Witcher and stuff like that, and video game movies and stuff like that, when do you figure they're gonna make like a Skyrim movie or series?
Well, it has to be able to run on everything, though, because you can't watch a Skyrim movie unless it can run on your toaster, your fridge, your phone.
Well, and here's the other thing: it's got to be perfectly balanced with a 4 to 5 restoration loop.
No, it
Like
just no,
left in the movie,
guys.
so
guys,
that people who know will know.
No, guys, it just works.
Yeah.
The movie just works. It's fine.
Well, he's just perfectly balanced.
Yeah, there's no breaking or tearing. What are you talking about? It works. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll sit back and sip our fine Yorkshire Gold. Okay.
Which there? No, you were doing Witcher. I'm sorry. I was going to jump into something else. I'm all over the place tonight.
That's fine if you want to jump into something else, because, like I said, it's light tonight, so we're not very structured anyway. So what do you got?
I mean, we jumped. We poked fun about the whole Skyrim thing. They announced they're remastering Oblivion. That came out of nowhere. Like I was like, you're not trying to sell a Skyrim for the 15th time? No, they're actually redoing the game that really put them on the map, which was Oblivion. Oblivion, I only played a few hours of the game because my computer couldn't handle it at the time. But the game was fun. The game was it's what really got me interested into the Elder Scrolls. And I know a lot of people bought into it because of Skyrim, because now you can get it, like Lumi was alluding to, pretty much on your Atari now with how many releases they've done. But to show love to that one, to how many people have done their own remasters of it to help bring the graphics up to modern day on their own unofficial patches and whatnot, it's like they're almost, I'm going to put a big asterisk next to it, almost listening to their fan base. I like that. That's really cool. So I'm interested. They've got my attention right now. So we'll see if they keep it. That was a cool, just a out of the blue surprise. Like, yeah, by the way, we're remastering this, huh? What?
So it was probably a good thing that I randomly mentioned Skyrim.
Yeah, you did. 'Cause it was a blip on the radar this week, and you reminded me of the blip. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Cool. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm sure Nord has lots of opinions on this one. Here's the title for this. It's from Eurogamer. Nintendo is losing their identity. And this was a statement made by former PlayStation exec, let's see, I'm going to butcher this Japanese name, I apologize. Shuhei Yoshida shares damning Switch 2 verdict. Have you had a chance to look at that yet, Nord?
I saw it in the thing. I did not get a chance to read it. I will open the link right now so I can give a quick.
That's fine. I'll talk about it a little bit while you're doing that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the thing about Nintendo is they always try to innovate and do something new, which is why we went from like the box consoles, from like the NES and the SNES, right, with like the extra buttons and everything else, and then we moved into the Nintendo 64, which is where we really start seeing the hardware edge of this with those three-handled controllers.
Hmm.
All right, and then of course after Nintendo 64, you had the Wii. Now you had motion controls and a stick and an nunchuck.
Don't forget the GameCube.
Oh, we're getting there, but we have to. We got
That was
the
that was that
GameCube.
was that was between Switch and 64. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, and that one had like an interesting designed controller, and they had little mini discs to, I guess, save space. Because I don't know what the design choice on that. Maybe they expected a bunch of games to be released, so storing them would be an
Nope.
issue. That only works if you
Also
have
the
the box smaller size as opposed to regular size. Go ahead, Crit.
what is it? The DS and the Amiibos. Sorry,
Mhm.
son corrected me.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Wasn't that just their counter to what was those things? Sky Pets. What was those
Oh,
things called?
Skylanders, yeah.
Those guys, like it was just their counter to Skylanders.
Hmm?
That's all Amiibos were. And then when Skylanders went under,
Yeah.
hey, we ain't gonna do it no more. Hey, those were cool though, huh? You like that guy? That was neat. That was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make though is that each console iteration they try to do something new with the hardware. Whether it's motion controls, like the Switch by itself is a brilliant product, right? It has
Hmm.
incredible battery life. It has removable controllers so you can play with a friend, right? It's perfectly portable. It has a TV mode. Like it does all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, it's not as high powered as like say a PlayStation or an Xbox, but um, it'll do in a pinch. It plays Skyrim, so hey, right now
And they got a FromSoft exclusive, so that's something to say for it, I guess.
what
Listen,
exactly? Oh, well, we're listening.
Oh no, I'm putting a listen.
listen.
Oh no, I got to listen.
So I already have an Xbox X. I have the PlayStation 5 and stuff like that. And now what is it? Nintendo's coming out with this, Switch 2 that is around the same price for those consoles,
Yeah.
or probably even more at this point. I don't know anymore. But that console had better be, oh my God, amazing, or a lot of people are going to be, oh my goodness, disappointed. And
They've
I've been through a lot of disappointment in my life, and I don't think I can get one more letdown from Nintendo, especially with those rising game prices.
Hmm.
I could see that. I mean, as long as they don't get to like Neo Geo prices, we should be fine, right?
Well, here's the Nord's 2 cents on it.
Go for it.
Nintendo has a knack for every other generation. If you look at their patterns, not including their their handhelds, every generation of their handheld was immaculate. From the first Game Boy to the Game Boy Color to the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy DS,
Well,
XL, 2DS. That was probably their only miss on the whole thing. Their Game Boy SPs are really cute. The little small rectangular ones, I like those. But when it came to handhelds, they perfected the pattern. They didn't have any competition. There was nobody else in the market really competing with them in the handheld market. PlayStation tried.
Yeah, but
Sega
the
tried.
PSP, yeah.
they
I'm
showed.
using that very lightly. I'm using that very lightly for tried when it comes to PlayStation because I enjoyed the PSP, but they didn't put as much into it as they could have to really make it a good, long-standing system.
Oh yeah.
But Nintendo's always dominated the handheld market. Now, back to the consoles. 9 times out of 10, when people talk about consoles, they talk about Xbox or PlayStation 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. That's always been the big console war, golden era console war babies, going through all that. Um, but Nintendo has a pattern of every other generation they do something good with their consoles.
Hmm.
They when they went from the SNES straight to Nintendo 64, first big jump into 3D realm. Mario's in 3D. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. My mind is blown. Mario Kart. All of a sudden, here comes Donkey Kong, Star Fox. All this stuff is really awesome. Really cool. Didn't get the GameCube. Sure, they look prettier. Nothing really, blowing your mind about the GameCube. More powerful.
Bad and Kados was alright though. It was a long storyline, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's always going to be a few gems in every console they have, but when it comes to the actual like, oh my gosh, the GameCube was it. No, never. Nobody on this planet will die on that hill because they know the GameCube was trash.
I mean, I still have my GameCube, even though it's kind of like, what is it, a brick right now?
Well, that's
It
fine.
is.
Just
Like,
keep it next to your bed. It has a handle. It works as a home defense weapon.
I said just
Yeah.
That's true.
and
Yeah,
then
game
Can you
brick.
imagine getting beaten to a pulp with a GameCube and having
GameCube?
to,
Put
like,
that
during the
in your dictionary.
investigation of the home invasion you caused, they're like, "Oh, what were you hit with? Oh, GameCube."
Hey, my
This is
GameCube.
blunt trauma to the face with a GameCube.
Hey, those things had sharp corners. Yeah, that thing would hurt. Like you could take somebody out with that thing. But yeah, GameCube, blah. Nothing between the N64 to that really jumped out and screamed at you. Then came the Wii. Big innovation. You have full body motion with your, like you're saying, your nunchuck and your Wiimote. Like you could do dancing, you can do bowling, you can play basketball, you can fight Donkey Kong and Punch Out. Like it was a very innovative game. It was the
Like with
first
maracas.
It was the first real step, like towards like a like VR-ish kind of realm. That's like the first like tippy toes towards it. And then the Wii U comes out. It felt like a step backwards, or
Yep.
almost like a Switch beta. If you really want to put like a hardcore label on it, but you went from the freedom of being able to play anything and move everywhere with the Wii U. Like you could make Mario fly through freaking galaxies on the Wii. And then Wii U comes around, and Mario Maker was cool, but like you have the console in your hand again. And sure, you could project it to the screen, but you don't have the freedom like you had with the Wii. Then the Switch comes out, and it brings it back. The Switch, in my opinion, took everything that the Wii did and took it to the next level. You could still do all the movements with the Joy-Cons and everything with the games that they played. You didn't have to have that little bar to set up and put it in the right spot in your living room so you could actually catch the motion of your controllers. No, you just had the screen there and boom. Games throughout the entire system were using it great from Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. You can throw Pokeballs with it to dancing games and rhythm games. Like it was the Switch is the epitome because it's what killed the rest of its handheld division. The Switch took everything that was good about the handheld division and put it into its console and formed it into one thing. And it's amazing. The Switch, by far, is the best thing, technologically speaking, that Nintendo has done. We are now in the other generation. No new innovations.
Well,
No-
so no hardware, so no like gimmicky innovations, but they did improve the processing power, kept the battery life the same. Like the only thing they really did was, as opposed to having like the slide rails to put the controllers in, now it's done by magnets that don't release unless you press a button, which is weird.
Which is all fine and dandy, but did you have to just go about and label as the Switch 2? Couldn't you just
Well, it looks like
release
this
Like,
way.
why
another
not make
Switch?
it a special edition Switch?
They
Exactly.
didn't want to switch it up.
Exactly.
No.
Oh!
Ah.
I'm drinking to that one.
Yep.
My son actually groaned at that one too, so I did a good job.
Well, I'd say he needs to drink, but he's underage.
But we're just in that slump now. We're in the Nintendo. They're not innovating now. Now what their next job's gonna be, what their next big innovation is gonna be, if they're gonna do anything, it's gonna have to be in the virtual realm.
Oh no! I'm gonna say something that scares you right now. In our next console, we've partnered with Neuralink. There we go.
No. Lord has left the call.
Complete opinion, but yeah. So, but other than that, again, it was a light week. I know Amy picked out a few things. Anything on that list that you wanted to talk about, Amy?
Not really. Like some of the things looked really, really interesting, and then it all kind of just died. Although the developers of Frostpunk are facing some challenges somehow after selling 600,000 copies of Frostpunk 2,
Who is their
which is kind of
publisher?
concerning.
Let
What's
me
that?
look. I'm gonna see who their publisher is here real quick because that'll tell us a lot.
So they didn't. The reason they're facing challenges is that uh, they didn't get as much money as they were hoping for.
They
Like
didn't
six
make
hundred
all
thousand
the money.
copies. Don't get me wrong. That's a lot of money to make. When you take out your overhead, any leftover money you're going to reinvest into your company if you're smart. But it didn't hit the goal they wanted, and that's kind of going to be an issue. Although they do plan to further monetize the game with DLC, which will hopefully, make up for some of those lost revenues. And the big thing to keep in mind is that when you're running a game company, whether it's a studio or a publisher, you still need to make money. And you'll need to hit certain goals, not only to make sure you break even, but then you also want to make a profit so that you can reinvest that money into new technology, new hardware, whatever, so you can develop the next thing. And if you don't get that bonus money or, above or meet your expectation, you're running short, and then you have to start thinking about what are you going to cut. Is it life cycle on the people's hardware? So they start developing a newer game on older systems, or is it cutting personnel, which is the last thing most companies want, unless you're Activision or Electronic Arts. But that's the thing, is you have to hit those metrics. If you don't, then you're going to run into some problems. So it's kind of sad to see, but hopefully they'll come through with the DLC, and hopefully that'll make up the funding gap they were looking for.
Let's hope, because I know games aren't cheap to make, especially large undertakings like Frostpunk, Frostpunk 2, or any of the larger games out there. Yeah, it's actually self-published by 11-bit Studios, which is interesting. Because at that point, like, we could make the argument of they just want all of the money, and they didn't make all of the money, therefore it's struggling. Which we hear that a lot from a lot of AAA publishing developers and publishing companies, right? So that's really the metric. I'm really curious as to what it actually cost to make the game versus what the revenue was, and
Yeah.
that would tell us a whole lot, because you have to cover the overhead of like paying people for years of work before you even start seeing project, because you're funded by previous work. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's where it really matters if they can make that kind of money back from their investment.
Mhm.
And like I said, that's where they need to get that funding gap shored up through hopefully DLCs. So we'll see how it plays out, but it's hopefully not going to lead to layoffs. Hopefully it'll just be like, features 1, 2, and 3 are going to be cut because it's going to cost too much to develop those features.
Yeah, that checks. All right, we've got two more before we move on to the round table. We're actually getting close to the end here. We had a pretty good episode. I didn't even notice.
Woo, we having fun. That's why.
Let's see here. This headline: the Switch 2 game was announced before its developers even had a dev kit. I'm not sure what to say about this, other than like, I mean, they're talking about once they get a dev kit, they can totally do stuff. But this article was kind of talking around the fact that Nintendo has complete control of what their starting lineup is, and they're real picky on who developer hardware goes to before they like open it up to the masses, right? So the article itself was talking just specifically about, yeah, no, we're just going to develop the game, and once we get the kit, we'll just convert it, and it's all good. Well, okay, because they have developed Switch 1 games before, so they're expecting some similarity. I'm hoping that there might be some similarity with maybe some new access to the newer hardware, but yeah. And this one probably will hit us pretty hard here. As this is probably going to apply more to the Nordling and Chicken Nugget. We don't need them here, but this title is almost 20% of Japanese people in their 20s have prioritized in-game purchases over paying rent.
Ooh.
And that only accounts for self-reports.
Ooh, that's not good.
Looks
Nope.
back at when he secretly spent $400 on our credit card without us knowing until the next day.
Oh yeah, and you still had to pay it too. That's
Yup.
I remember all those stories that came out years ago when WoW first came out of people that were, neglecting their children. Their children were literally starving to death.
I remember that.
That bothers me immensely because these are your kids. They can't fend for themselves. Like, you got to prioritize your children over a video game. And if that's hard, then you may want to look at, counseling and additional help, because if you start prioritizing non-essentials for a video game, you have a problem
Mhm.
that absolutely needs to get fixed or
yeah.
worked on.
Well, I mean, it kind of follows the same trend like at the advent of radio or the advent of television. Right? Television was a big one that came over like almost 3 or 4 decades, where it's just like, yep, it's the plug-in babysitter, right? Largely unmonitored. Now you've got video games, which, depending on who you talk to, like parents buying like 7-year-olds Grand Theft Auto. It's-
Dude, Harrison actually asked, I think he saw like one of the first Grand Theft Autos on the emulators on the N64 or something for the Switch. He was like, "Can I play?" I looked him square in the face and I
No.
said, "No, no,
yeah.
and no." He's like, "Why? You don't want to know? No, you're not playing that game ever. Now, you can play it once you hit 18 and you do your own thing. Till then, no."
Yeah, I think it's really
I
a
already
judgment.
let I already let my kid play Saints Row.
Oh, that's a whole
Saints
different
Row
topic.
is fun, though.
It is. It's tongue in cheek. Grand Theft Auto has a bit more seriousness to it, unfortunately. Like my kids are teens, and when they hit teens, like it's really a judgment call. Is like, okay, let's take in their mental consideration, their mental state, how they're interpreting things, so forth and so on. Is this a good fit? And so far, like, I mean, they play Grand Theft Auto Online, which is a whole different 5 online, which is a whole different ball of wax, but like that exists. But the key thing here is the fact that like I had to break them of Roblox purchases. I still have one who plays Roblox, but he only goes for the free stuff now. He doesn't really care about buying Robux or anything like that for any type of advantages, and that's just the draw to it, right? You're a kid. You don't have any real responsibility other than do well in school and make mom and dad happy.
No, I have to add, my my little lava chicken decided to go out and take up responsibility. So he got himself a yerb.
Who?
A yerb.
A
Good
yerb.
job.
Oh,
He took a
my bad.
gerb. Yeah, okay.
My bad.
So there you go. I think it really just depends on the child and the parents' call on that instead of just blindly, yeah, whatever, just stay out of my hair. Yeah, here's $60 for a violent video game. So it really is just a call. But as an adult, trying to break that idea of like, this isn't important. Especially, and I have to call attention to them sometimes. Like, I understand that you want this, but I want you to understand that you cycle through Roblox games, mobile games, like it's assorted candy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you spend $20 on this or whatever it is you're asking for, you're not going to go back to it because you've accomplished everything that you wanted. And sure enough, there's very few games he's actually stuck with where he's actually purchasing game purchases, but he understands the idea. And that's probably the key right there. What is and is not important. So I'm hoping to actually get more involved in all that, especially since I'm about to have an adult on my hands. So my 17-year-old, he's going to go get a yerb once.
I think that's what's clicked inside the Nordling's brain too, because we've already discussed how he's saving up for his own Switch.
See,
He's not asking it.
that's important right there. I remember
But
we
the
talked about
thing
that.
the thing is though, he's already starting to think about what he's going to save for after he gets his Switch. He didn't ask me to do it. He didn't ask his mom to do it, but he cracked his iPad screen, and he's had it for God. He's had this iPad since he was 5, and he just had his first crack on it, and it's to the point where it's like all over the place. He said after he gets his Switch, that's the next thing I'm saving up for is to get my screen fixed. I'm like, I'm so proud.
Well, depending on how old it is, it might just be cheaper just to get him a new one.
It might be, and I think I might actually help him with that at that point because I don't.
Because that's like
remember.
$500 on his own, unless he plans on doing like some hardcore arting.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like I had mentioned, we were putting him in that class for video editing this summer, so I don't know what his brain's going to do after he takes that into consideration.
Yeah, that's going to be
So
awesome. Maybe he'll edit Dad's videos.
that's what I'm saying. 'Cause Dad needs some help right now. Dad needs all the help he can get right now.
No.
So the fact that he's all at 9, and knowing that if I like he's excited to do his chores and he's asking his uncle, "Hey, can I clean your room for this? Can I go help? Can I go clean the tires on your car? Can I go pick this up?" He takes the trash can from the road back to the back of the house every week. He's doing the thing because he knows if I do this, I'm gonna get paid for it. So he understands that me doing this gets this.
Oh,
And if
yeah.
I do enough of this, I can get this. I don't like so he's already like I'm still dad. I'm gonna buy him prizes every now and then, but when it comes to big stuff like that, no, he's taking it full throttle.
Yeah, no, like
And I couldn't be prouder of him.
good. That's good. He's going to be he's going to be brought up pretty good. So keep an eye on that little boy. He's a spitfire just like his dad.
I don't know where he gets it from.
I have no idea. It's incredible. Must be
Like
in the-
you saw him with the big in the cat. My boy was trying to do a work. What happened in the movie? Say, no, sir. You need to tell them what you thought about the movie, not what happened. That dude just took off. I'm like, okay, well, I can't stop him now.
Yeah, well, I figured out.
Hopefully, let me can.
I did, and he did a good job. He really did. Once he understood the assignment, it was perfect.
I think that was more my fault. I didn't tell him. Like, you need to go. I didn't explain to him. You want to talk to him about what you felt about the movie. I didn't want you to go and give them the screenplay for the movie.
The blow by blow, which would have been really cool. The blow by blow by the Nordling would have been entertaining for sure. But because it's still a new movie and people are still on the fence about it, it's just like, okay, well, at least we have the beginning out of the way. So there's your demo of Minecraft the movie.
Because his opinions have changed. Like when he first saw that first trailer,
Mhm.
I am Steve. When he first saw that trailer, he was not impressed. He did not think the movie was going to be good at all. The fact that he came back and gave it an 8.7?
8.5, something like that.
That blows my mind that he liked it that much. So it makes me curious with the Dagon movie to see how good it was.
I'll let you know tomorrow because I've got to go see it now.
Hey, yes, second of the crew. I think Crit seen it too.
Has Chris seen it?
I didn't see it. I didn't
you
see
didn't
it.
Oh, well, then the first adult of the crew to see it.
There we go. So,
Looking forward to it.
Amy, do you have any more comments on this?
Nope.
All
I'm
right.
good.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Anything else I want to do? There's something about Capcom, which is in the realm of Cajun, but we're getting close to the end. Oh, yeah.
The only thing. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, this had to deal with the banning of the people who have like 0 times in the new arena competition. So I remember because the first day they released all the arena stuff that you can go and get ranked in, there was already people with like 10 seconds or less on killing monsters, and I'm like, not with the equipment they give you for this. They give you absolute trash sometimes. So, yeah.
Hacks.
So they're probably going to do it in the same style as most companies, which is in waves.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I did like the
Yay,
little
band
article.
waves.
I did like
I
the little
love
article.
band waves.
if there's a
About
lot of
the,
them, what would the bandwidth be? No, anyway.
The Lovecraftian fishing sim Dreadmore is a dredge with the first person sailing over the sea, like Sea of Thieves. That looks interesting.
Yep, that's going to be a thing in my book. In fact, I need to get back and play Dredge and get the DLC because that game is a lot of fun. It really is. I know Crit has anxiety, so it really is a chill, cozy game in a real Cthulhu tentacly way. But it's all right.
He just tickles you. He doesn't really come after you.
Yep.
No!
Well, time to turn Cthulhu into a hand puppet.
Wow. So let's go into our round table as we're approaching the end here. Crit, what you got going on this week?
Well, happy early Easter, for both Americans and the Greek Orthodox, yes.
Mhm.
But otherwise, not much. Just prepping the little lava chicken nugget for work and watching his face slowly contort when he realizes that, yeah, probably school is a better route than work.
Work.
He says he still despises school, but he'll understand one day.
You mean like finishing high school or like college?
High school.
Oh, okay.
He's still not at a high school.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Don't do anything. I mean, don't do anything. I got to change scenes. Hold on. I want you to understand this jet is pirouetting all the way down, like the hangar line.
The physics in this game. The physics. There's no pilot. There's no pilot in the bottom right. This thing has no control, and I can't recover it because it won't stop spinning.
We're just gonna leave this one up. Jaime, what are you doing this week besides making planes spin on their thrusters?
I'm gonna try and figure out why this happened.
Let it rip. Baby, let's go.
Oh my god, this thing's just gonna go forever. I'm doing this. I am making aircraft that don't fly. I mean, there's what's left of the other one. And it's funny because this aircraft was supposed to be inside the hangar, and I went to spawn it to go fly it, and the game was like, let me just stick it outside, and let me stick another copy of it right on top. So I spawned one on top of the other, and now I have this mess.
That's
But
awesome.
It's just going. This is my life now.
Spin me right round, baby, right round.
All right, I got to use the voice command. Clip that. There we go.
This is certainly a thing that exists. Oh, there we go. It's doing a real spin now. The heckin' spin. You know what I'm gonna do? Locked camera view. Oh my god. There we go.
Oh,
From this point of view, it's okay.
Why does it look like it's looking at me?
is it? Oh, God.
Hold on.
Oh,
There
I
we
just
go.
saw it catch up in the stream. Oh, my God.
Uh,
No.
I'm probably gonna have to use the cheat hyperedit here to change its velocity. There we go. That should cause it to explode. Or I just sent it negative 10 meters per second into the ground. Yep. Oh, there we go. I don't know what's going on now. This is my life in this game.
There you go.
This game is just a thing
just
that
works.
exists.
Cajun, what are you doing this week?
Oh, look at this. This is just even better now.
Wow, like
Oh, they got
gravity is just
stall
turned
warnings.
off. What is this?
I have a stall warning. Hang on. GPWS is screaming at me.
We can't hear it
This
anyway,
goes-
so. Cajun, what are you doing this week?
What am I doing? I'm probably going to be diving back into Baldur's Gate now that the new patch is out. I want to see all the fun stuff that has to do with that.
Okay.
Because again, especially with this week, the way it was, work is still bullshit.
Oh,
However, I think I mentioned it last week. Is we are 2 weeks out from them giving me every other weekend off.
oh, very nice.
Where I have two people. I have another tech working with me in my department. So now she's about, I'd say, about 80% trained right now. So by the time the next 2 weeks are done, she'll be ready to rock and roll. And we're going to alternate. So 1 week I'll be working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and be off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday like I do now. Off Sunday and then repeat. So some weekends I'll have a day and a half off, and then every other weekend I'll have 3 days off. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good with that. I would like a Saturday to do stuff. So
Well, cool.
once that happens, I'll be able to actually to like recover on the weekends and plan stuff. Because it's been a wild past 3 months, 4 months, 3 months. 4
yeah,
months,
I'd say it's been about that.
So, yeah, we're 1 day at a time.
Well,
1 day at a time.
Well, if you plan on doing
What's
it
Lemmy doing?
if you plan on doing it multiplayer, that's going to be in my weekly. But
Hey,
I
I'm
don't.
looking forward to some jolly cooperation.
Yeah, no, I'm down for it. Because remember, we still have to do our Barbarian run.
Yes, we do. We do. We do.
Yep.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yep. So, What is Lumi doing? I have taken up a second job, so all my free time up to about Monday through Friday is going to be taken up by doing that. So I'm not be streaming during those times. I still need to start up a new Satisfactory World starting probably this next Friday. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and stream for a few hours every Friday. And by a few, I mean like 4 at least, because Satisfactory, like, it takes a minute.
Dude.
So, but yeah, so like anywhere, so 4 or more hours will be done on a Friday, and then potentially maybe Sunday we'll do the same, and then after that it's really just working. So I do want to do more Satisfactory stuff, and having a new world that is like the experimental 1.1 sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing with all the vertical mergers and splitters and all the new little doodads they put in the awesome shop. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Which, by the way, once I get the world up and running, I don't know if Rena has it or I know Amy has it. I'll send you the world link so that way if you ever decide to drop in and out, you totally can. I don't plan on opening up to people joining from my Steam list. So there's that. That's all I got. That being said, good show. This was a fun one. I'm perfectly thrilled. So catch us next week for episode 96. Where we will do something different. So, Cajun, if you don't
Indeed.
mind, can you play us out?
And as always,
Oh,
you
hold
guys
on.
stay awesome.
Oh, okay.
Heard?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought your internet cut out there for a second. we were just about to get. Now, as always, don't be like that's where I thought this was going. Go for it.
And as always, leaves chat. Awesome. You guys stay classy. And as always, don't be a dick. Peace.
See ya.